Because his love doesn't exist. Episode 38.
Director. Siyeon suddenly took me aside and...
Siyeon Choi, I asked you how much your apology is worth.
Standing by Yunhai's side, Ijun looked at me with contempt. It's none of your concern.
It does concern me. She's important to me. Cooperate so that I can buy your apology for her instead.
The second I heard those words, I knew I couldn't call him Ijun oppa anymore.
I'm fine, sir. You don't have to do this.
Most people either mature or become kinder when they get older. But it seems that some people stay the same, just like you.
It hurts. He was always on my side when everyone in my life had turned their backs on me. But his words, filled with hostility, were like poison. It hurt. 3,000,001. About $3,000. You asked me how much my apology is worth. It's 3,000,001. Well? You said she was important to you. Are you suddenly getting cold feet?
Of course not. Here. For your apology.
Yunhai.
What?
I'm sorry I stole your life as the great-granddaughter of the great Donghan Kim of the Midnight Sun legacy. And basked in everything you should have enjoyed. I'm also sorry I insulted you for being as despicable and shameless as your grandmother and birth parents.
What?
I also apologize for praying that your family get what they deserve. And...
Stop. Stop it. I've had enough.
I'm so glad to see my apology is already enough for you. You see, I was just getting started.
Sir.
Ijun called me Siyeon Choi, not Siyeon Kim. As if he was telling me to disappear from his life now that he knew I was a fake, Ijun knew the ways to hurt me best.
It does concern me. She's important to me.
Maybe he found traces of the feelings I still had left for him and the longing toward him in my eyes. And was reminding me that I could never mean anything to him anymore. But like an idiot, why am I suddenly reminded of the Ijun oppa of the past who was kind and caring? Ijun was the only one who stayed by my side and everyone had left.
I'll work hard so you don't have second thoughts. And so you don't regret choosing me.
There was a time when my heart bloomed with warmth with just his affection. And he was the one thing in my life that always stayed true. Even though I was the one who let go of his hand first, it was distressing to see how cold he had become. I tried to forget him, but it was useless. I had always missed him when he was out of the country. But to think I miss him even more now that he'd come back. I felt pathetic for still not being able to walk with my head held high.
You have a 3 o'clock meeting with the team leaders. Due to the department reform, Deputy General Manager Gang Suk Lee of Sales Support Team 1 was reassigned as the team leader of the Operation Division in China. And Mr. Sujil Yoon, the Deputy General Manager of Store Developments Team 2, was reassigned to Sales Support Team 1. Next Monday at 10 a.m., you have a meeting with the Deputy Minister of the Ministry of Agriculture, Food, and Rural Affairs. Sir?
I'm listening.
You don't look good, sir. I can postpone the meeting an hour if you wish.
There's no need.
What's on your mind?
3,000,001.
3,000,001. You asked me how much my apology is worth. It's 3,000,001. You said she was important to you. Are you suddenly getting cold feet?
Those eyes. Ha! Damn it.
Time flew by and it soon became fall. Grandfather in Siyeon returned to running his company after he was discharged. Time flew by and it soon became fall. Grandfather in Siyeon returned to running his company after he was discharged. 56 executives of Midnight Sun Foods Inc. promoted 3 directors in their 30s. Journalist Min Ui Park. Subscribe, Director Ijun Jeong. Provided by Midnight Sun Foods Incorporated. When I saw the news that Ijun was getting promoted to executive director during the regular fall personnel management, I felt that the Jeong family were getting ready to say their goodbyes to Guihyun. Meanwhile, my novel went viral in China and started to sell like crazy. I poured everything I'd earned from my novels into Yongjin Foods. I was able to solve most of the problems Yongjin Foods was facing thanks to this without having to sell any of Midnight Sun Foods shares. My parents were sorry, but I couldn't feel any better. During that time, Yunsu quit the conglomerate he was working at and came back to Yongjin Foods. The company quickly became stable as he started to help my father. Since my father had plans to have Yunsu take over the company, I guess you could say at least half of his dream had been realized. I tried to give back the Midnight Sun Foods shares to grandfather in Siyeon but failed.
Siyeon, are you trying to cut off your ties with me by giving it back? If you must insist, then at least wait until Guihyun wakes up.
It was clearly a rejection since there was no word of Guihyun regaining any consciousness. I didn't hear anything about my icon parents or grandmother. But it was by chance I came upon the fact from grandfather in Siyeon that Yunhai was still working alongside Ijun. I should stop thinking about such things. Anyway, the autumn sunshine is really warm. I should take a nap.
Some things never change. Are you still sleeping outside like you have no parents?
I have parents. And can you move? You're blocking the sun.
I can't believe you're almost 27. Don't you ever work?
Says the person who's supposed to be on duty. You must have a lot of time on your hands.
As if. I'm just coming back from a business trip and dropping Mr. Choi off.
Ha. You're so much more reliable than their own daughter. Why don't you ask them to adopt you when you have the chance? Since you have a lot of brothers, your family can spare a son.
Since we're on the topic of becoming family with Mr. Choi, how about I become his son-in-law?